Aloha guys. Hi. Oh, hi Mittens. You decided to join us? You want to say hi? He's purring very loudly. Okay, well Mittens is just as excited as I am about doing some harvesting today. Here I have this thing reaching over my tomatillo plant, and it's basically a mix between a tomato and a berry. Some people call these gooseberries, I think, but basically little tiny tart tomatoes. Ooh, there's a little spider web on that one. But grow in these little cute little pouches, and then you just pop them open. Are you zoomed in? Can you see? Beautiful juicy berry that smells, I don't know, fruity, but it tastes good. Mmm, a little bit tart and a little bit sweet. It comes in its own little packaging. How perfect. Anyways, my one plant here is covered in these, and then the wind is actually blowing them over. So I thought I would harvest them. And do you want to smell one? But they come in assorted sizes. So as you can see, they start out green, and here's the progression. I'll show you, but it starts at a little yellow flower right there. And then after it's fertilized by our beneficial insects, it grows into a little lantern, and it grows bigger, 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 bigger. And then the more yellow it gets, this one was here when I picked it off, that means it's ripe because the fruit inside is ripening, kind of like the way a tomato ripens. And here, let me show you again what this one looks like. You pop it open, boink, and inside is a beautiful juicy fruit. So, bon appetit. Okay, so they're different sizes, and you just basically gently twist, and then whoops, look, these fall on the ground too when they're ripe. I'll just put them in my little bowl here. They're so pretty. I'll just sit down here. But see, they just fall on the ground when they get ripe. And then, do you want to zoom in here? But there's some out. Oof. But they all fall down when they're ripe, and then if you step on them, they kind of make a mess. But okay, I'm gonna pick a bunch and then keep them in the kitchen, and people can just eat them as snacks. So here we go, harvesting some tomatillos. They're also great in salads. And can I tell you one more thing? That tomatillos, like tomatoes, they're actually a fruit. They're not a vegetable, because you know what the difference between a fruit and vegetable is? Fruits have seeds inside it. Oh wait, should I just bite one open? You can kind of see. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little bite. And then see inside? All little tiny seeds. It looks like a mini tiny tomato. Ooh, don't look at my dirty fingernails, but here you go. So each of those little tiny seeds can grow a new plant. And if you step on them, it does make a mess because little seeds just spray everywhere. Okay. Hello, Mittens. You're just relaxing in the afternoon sun and shade, in the dappled sunlight. That's what I love. Okay, you relax while we harvest some beans. Okay, come over here. So underneath my tomatillo plant, I have these long climbing beans. The great thing about tomatillos and beans is they kind of like grow on a vine, and they kind of go, they're complementary plants, I guess you can call them. But here, some beans are already dried. So to harvest them, I basically just yank them off. And like the tomatillos, once the shell gets all dried, the beans are ripe. So there you go. There's some beautiful dried beans. And you can soak them, put them in rice, or just cook them. You can eat them salty, the way I guess Europeans do it, or Spanish do it. But for Asians, we cook them with some sugar and eat them sweet, like a dessert. So these are like large beans. Okay, let me just show you how many, but look at this vine. There's a bunch of dried up bean pods. There's 3 right here, and see, this one's a little bit less dry than this one. You can see the difference. So when the pod's still a little bit green, but when it's dry, it's all crispy. And then there you go. Yep. Okay, here is an example of a unfertilized bean. That one won't taste good, and also it won't grow into another plant. So each one of these amazing little beans are a seed and will grow a whole new plant that could grow hundreds of beans. The miracles of nature. Oh, okay, this one's a little not so dry. It's hard to open because it's not dry again. I'm struggling with this. Ugh. Okay, you got it? Okay, so you can see this is a not fully dried bean. The difference. Dried bean, not fully dried. It shrinks because it loses its moisture. But this, since we're gonna cook this all tonight, I'm gonna soak it, it's okay. So that's ready to eat. Okay, well, I'm gonna continue harvesting all these beans till I get a bowl, nice bowl of beans that I'm going to use to make for our dinner tonight. Just wanna point out how far the beans grow, but it came all the way from my sidewalk and then it's creeping and along here and then growing into my lilies. I mean, those are not lilies, those are daisies. Do you wanna pan out the daisies too, just to show? I like to plant stuff all over the place, like I just plant it and let nature do its course so that those flowers attract beneficial insects, which fertilizes my tomatillos. And then I have some basil here too, just a little bit of everything. These actually have some seeds in it, which the wind will blow and maybe grow some basil seeds everywhere else. But yeah, enjoy your summer. Here's a great harvest. I'm gonna continue harvesting and I'll see you guys next time. Aloha.